We not gonna do yay?
Brett. What's up, Bumba Klotz? You are listening to the most Jamaican, the most Haitian, the most Caribbean, St. Thomas style podcast, for Christmas spectacular.
Hear me now. If you are a West Indian and you are listening right now,
You better be daggering out there.
I want you to slam your penis into someone's butt. Rap.
Rasta, star me up them dreads, Rasta man, and I am tapped out as far as Rasta.
That's
slang
all I
goes.
got.
I think my total cultural input as far as Rasta shit goes, the little bit of Bob Marley I've listened to in my life, and then the friend from Grand Theft Auto 4. That guy,
Yeah, he was tight.
yeah. Which is so. You know what's so funny about Grand Theft Auto 4? It's like. What a forward-thinking, progressive friendship they created between that like Balkan, Chernobyl victim, Eastern European guy who survived the genocide, and then this West Indian,
this bad man thing,
right?
Oh,
yeah, and they despite their differences, come together to walk around punching people in the face.
It
was zero consequences.
a crime. Despite the massive differences that are between the two of them, they found a massive friendship.
Massive. Star up them dreads. Master Selecta. That's like the best compliment that they give you in Rasta culture is Selecta, which just means you're like good at picking out songs.
Yeah.
You're like a guy that knows how to keep himself busy at a party, and that's the biggest compliment they have.
The biggest compliment is just what Pandora does.
Right.
They're just an good algorithm.
Yeah. Okay.
They also really like gay people.
They're such big fans of gay people in Jamaica. They love them.
I'm trying to find the damn timer on my phone here.
I got a timer for
Ooh,
you.
lively up that timer.
Yeah, no, so we were, this is actually, I don't know what this is going to be. We recorded one earlier today.
It was lackluster.
It was lackluster is the perfect word for that, because, I've been at work 2 days. I had to spend the entire night last night in a van,
I didn't realize you were at the van overnight.
Yeah, I was in the van overnight.
Man.
I tethered my phone to the MacBook. That's a new feature on these Apple products.
Very nice.
Instant hotspot, they call it. You don't have to configure anything.
Mm-hmm.
You just find your phone in the Wi-Fi, you connect to it, and
just
then
drain all your data.
Bing, bang, boom. A month later, you get an extra $40 on your bill because Verizon, they don't let you know that's they charge you for that. So it's just a fun new Apple product feature.
How much data did you use? Fucking just go.
Oh, nothing. I mean, I use it so it's easier to text people because I use messages on the laptop.
I've been fucking tearing through data. Just.
Yeah, I'm at 90% with 7 days to go.
What do you guys do? I don't have Twitter or Facebook on my phone, and
Really?
Yeah.
Listening to podcasts, it drains your shit.
You just got to download that shit before you fucking go out.
Yeah.
I have a 17-hour jazz playlist on my phone. And that is my shit, dude.
Are you fucking serious? That's what you listen to?
I don't know. I was just looking for a long playlist. I didn't really care what kind of music it was. I just wanted to download something.
You didn't care what music it was?
This is how autistic I am. I was annoyed that I wasn't using all the space on my phone. Because I use the cloud for everything. I pay for the iCloud extra storage. So
99 cents a month.
Between my data. So it's like, well, what the fuck? I have a 64 gigabyte phone. I need to put something on here.
So there's just 17 hours of Dave Brubeck?
Yeah, the Brubeck's on there. Thelonious
They're
Monk.
good.
Yeah.
That, let's see, how many jazz guys can I name? Those two, Louis Armstrong.
Yep, Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong.
Louis J. Armstrong.
Louis J. Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong just died, actually, yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Neil John Glenn Armstrong.
Yeah.
Was John Glenn the guy that punched the dude in the face?
Yeah, I think
Buzz
so.
Aldrin.
Oh, it was Buzz?
Buzz
Yeah.
Aldrin did.
Yeah.
What the fuck did John Glenn do? He went back into space as an old piece of shit, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I remember being in elementary school and they're like, wow, look what this old man is doing.
Yeah, and
We
that's when
didn't
I stopped
care.
thinking being an astronaut was cool, honestly. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
a fucking old
I
asshole
remember
can do it?
going outside to see it, but there was no way to see it.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember it being a big deal, though, for some reason. What was he in the moon What the fuck? Did
No,
John
he
Glenn
wasn't.
do
He was the
initially?
first. He was the first man to orbit.
Yeah.
But fucking. So this is a hormones Wilkerson story. Norman told me this story, but we were talking about pathological liars one time, and he was like, I worked at Domino's with this guy that would just lie constantly, and he worked with this manager at Domino's that would like lie, and one of his lies was that he went to space camp, and he was like, yeah, actually on the last day of camp, we actually got to go into space.
What?
Which I just love. The fucking like. What's so funny about pathological liars is you can see how little they respect you when they're like talking to you.
Right.
You know, it's
just
almost
go
like,
into space. 20 people all time have gone into space, and they just let you go.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
just fucking making that shit up.
I did want to go to space camp though. I wanted to be.
I did too when I was
awesome.
4 because I thought you actually went to space. I thought it was camp in space. I thought that's what it meant. But that's a 19-year-old man that thinks everybody else is still working with those assumptions.
Dude, I just wanted to go on that fucking machine, that zero gravity room in every movie.
Oh yeah, you would want that.
That shit seems cool.
You fucking victim of gravity.
Dude, yeah, I have been battling gravity my whole life.
Dude, you would get so much pussy in zero gravity.
Hell yeah, I would, dude. Although it would take away all the torque I have when I fuck.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah,
you're
get
like
a lot of torque.
you're like a big flywheel.
I really ram it in there.
Yeah.
I don't know what torque is at all.
Torque is
yeah,
rotational force.
Yes.
Yeah,
I have a lot of that.
Yeah.
'Cause my balls
I'm gonna get
swing.
some physics nerd that's gonna be mad about that.
Fuck him.
actually,
That's not what torque is.
Why do they say with cars then?
It's the amount of like
the
rotational
pistons.
force that it's like pounds per footage that the crankshaft can put on.
You got a
My
carburetor.
crankshaft can pound plenty of footage per pussy.
Yeah, torque is measured like imagine you have a like a like a crescent wrench, like a nut, and then like it's a foot long, and the amount of like downward force on the end of the crescent wrench, that's like the torque measurement. So like 100 pounds per foot is the amount of directional force
dude.
you have.
click, click, boom.
I don't know what that
song
is. I don't know what
click,
fucking
click, boom is about.
I think density is when you put something in a thing of water.
Yeah, density is like a measure of mass, I guess.
Yeah,
I like a nice pair of dense old titties.
it's mass.
No, it's volume. Density is
mass and volume.
yeah, I
together.
guess. I don't know.
But don't you measure that shit by putting it in a fucking?
No, it's mass and weight.
You put that shit in a little bowl of water though, right?
I don't
see how
fucking
dense
know.
something is.
This is exactly why the last
boom.
episode was suck dick. We were having a great time riffing,
And then
before I
the
came
fucking
over.
record
I was
button
excited.
goes, and then
Well, weren't you gonna get that fucking yak?
Yeah, we're gonna do coke
guys, I don't want to do that.
Let's do it,
for the listeners,
dude. It's the holidays for the listeners.
Can we talk about Christmas stories?
Didn't I pay money for that too? Didn't I throw down?
you never did.
I just was checking.
It
I
would
didn't
be
know.
funny to do coke right now on the podcast.
Yeah, you're upset
As a
because the last time,
performance-enhancing drug.
the last time it wasn't good, but I'm promising you this time it'll be good.
The
And it's
whole
going to be
crew's
so
here.
funny when people see the new uploaded episode is called Cocaine Cowboys 2.
Can we just talk about Christmas stories?
We will
Yeah.
on some snow
Yeah.
after we hit the
I
slopes.
think this
Go
is
get
my
the yak.
roommates.
Huh?
You offered it.
I didn't offer it.
Yeah, I mean a
did.
couple weeks ago.
My sister listens to this show.
Okay,
the
Adam's not
premium-
gonna do
not
coke.
not the premium episodes.
She does. She's a premium
Is she?
subscriber.
What a gal!
She's a preemie.
Shouts out.
Man, this coffee tastes like shit. But
Yeah, it's
thank
bad.
you for making it.
But
Why does it taste like shit?
it's kind of watered down.
It's it's got like a gas station-y taste to it.
What do you mean? These are
It smells
expensive
good.
things.
This
It
tastes
smelled
like it was made by someone that's making $8 an hour at 52 years old. And they fucking just wish they were dead. The owner of the Valero threatened to.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Excuse me, it don't come like that.
Y'all can't have that much coffee.
if the coffee tastes bad, maybe you shouldn't drink it. Ever think about that?
Why'd you sit down? Why didn't you get? Come on, dude. It'll be funny.
Come on, dude. Now we're fucking up the energy of the show. You
Dude.
gotta go do this. We already agreed that we're gonna do it.
Yeah, there he
Thank
is.
So, Stavros, have you gotten a tree for your apartment?
I did get a tree.
When is Greek Christmas?
Greek Christmas is the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
It's when everything goes on sale. Greek Christmas is exactly the same as. I don't know why the fuck we have a different Easter, but not a different Christmas.
What Bible do the Greeks use?
There's just one. I don't fucking know.
The New American Bible.
I think just the regular ass Bible. What's Orthodox? I don't know.
What's the regular Bible?
I don't know, dude. I've never thought about the different kinds. Do Catholics have a different Bible?
Yeah, Catholics use the New American Bible. I think Protestants use King James. Right? That's how it goes. Adam would know this.
What's that?
The Catholics use the New American Bible. Protestants use the King James or the NKV.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never read a Bible in my fucking life.
Yeah.
They've been around my house.
You haven't? I've read the Bible, the Quran.
Are you a biblical scholar?
Yeah.
I thought you snorted all this.
Yeah, I got real into theology. I got real heavy into it.
Really?
I got into airheads. I was sucking on airheads for like 2 months. And I would just read the fucking Bible every day. And I'd be like, yeah, true.
Didn't you used to go meditate with a fucking Buddhist monk?
Yeah, an old Korean monk. I was lying
Yeah.
about the Bible thing. I've never read the Bible either. But no, I did. Yeah, I went to a Zendo for a while.
When you were like 18 or something.
19, yeah.
Here in Austin.
In Maryland. It was in a Germantown.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess
out in the
Maryland.
woods. Yeah. This old Korean guy had all this farmland that he bought. All this wooded like farmland that he bought. He like hand built a big Zendo, and you could just go and sit for like 2 hours on Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
Just you and him, or was there a whole squad?
Oh no, there was like maybe 10 other people that were regulars that would go there all the time.
Hell yeah.
But it was like sort of an open door thing. Zen's a lot different than like Tibetan Buddhism, where it's like, and we're going, there's not as much of a sense of community or whatever.
Right.
It's not more about like, treating people fairly so much as it is dealing with your own, I guess, what would be in a Western philosophy equivalent of like existential anxiety or angst. Yeah.
That sounds tight.
You just sit there and think about like, trying to do the best job possible of sitting there. And after 2 hours, you walk away like understanding that you do have like some kind of control over what your thoughts and emotions do.
Damn. I could use some of that shit, dude. I've been stressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, keep going with that blender. You got to keep blending shit. Oh my God, dude. What the fuck happened? We were doing great.
I think we're waiting on this Coke.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
I kind of.
Adam's using a 2 of clubs to line this up. I don't know why he didn't use the ace of spades. I have to do everything cool style.
The ace of spades.
My favorite,
R.I.P. Lemmy.
My favorite part of that song is. Oh, hold on. We got a problem we have to deal with. We'll be back in like a second. All right, we're back.
Can I share that Michael Jackson story?
Yeah,
that I
you
heard?
can share whatever story you want. Sorry about that. Adam's roommate came in, and I had to explain to her that Stavros ate all the chocolates.
That's such bullshit. Nick ate the fucking
all my
chocolate.
chocolate.
I didn't eat shit.
While
Adam,
I
why
was
are you
taking a
framing
nap
me,
just
bitch?
now.
Why are you framing me?
I don't know. It just seemed like what we were all doing.
No, that's what Nick's doing. I did not eat the fucking chocolate. No one will ever believe me, dude. That's the problem with being a fat person. If you ever fucking steal, if food is missing or someone farts, for some reason they think fat people fart more.
You literally try to do a bit every show where you fart on the fucking microphone.
On the mic.
And it doesn't
It's
pick up.
disgusting.
It doesn't pick up.
Definitely
It's just
picks up,
obnoxious.
bitch.
No one thinks
And
it's funny but you.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of
No,
if
there's
you're a
some
fart
fartheads.
fans,
Yeah.
come at add everybody. Let
I
them
just
know.
want to also thank like all the
Is Tampa warm this time of year?
I think it is.
I was thinking about, once we get the Patreon up to about $1 million a
let's
month.
move to Tampa.
No, we're gonna have the Cowboys Florida getaway, where every winter we just move to Florida for fucking
Like old Jews.
Yeah, dude, Tampa's awesome. I feel like we could fuck in Tampa too. I went there.
Like
I was there.
Strippers?
Did I tell? I told the story
Bailey
about making out with
J?
an old lady. Yeah, Bailey J's there, the hottest trans woman on earth. Great on Snapchat.
She's got a good Snapchat.
Good Snapchat. Shouts out to Matt, her husband, great photographer.
Can I tell you guys a story I heard about Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Michael Jackson has like completely lost his mind. He's a drug addict. He's on fentanyl?
I don't know.
It's end of his
He's about
towards
to
the end
die?
of his life. Not about to die, but in that period. So apparently he stopped at a certain point, feeling it necessary to go to the bathroom to use the bathroom.
Nuh-uh.
So apparently when he needed to go to the restroom, he would pull his pants and underpants down
And just shit on the floor.
and just take a poop on the floor.
Yeah,
What?
we know
Yeah.
this already. This isn't a story
then-
you heard.
Yeah.
Everybody knows this. People
Wait,
knew
is
this.
this true?
Yeah, it came out during the trial of the doctor that gave him the pills.
Conrad Murray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is true. Well, I heard that.
That's your story that you
People
heard.
are saying it. People are saying it. I don't know if it's true. People are saying
You know what
it.
story I liked is the story that during Terrence Howard's divorce, he didn't want people to know that he had a small dick.
We've
the
talked
micro
about
penis.
this.
I know, yeah, but during the divorce, he didn't want anybody to find out he had a small dick. He was like, she's gonna blackmail me and say I have a small dick or whatever. But then he did a nude scene in a movie where you can see his
little ass dick.
yeah,
Yeah.
which I thought his life was better than mine, and I saw that, and it made me feel good. I feel like all celebrities should get dick and smallening surgery.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the word, dude.
It.
Okay? Which one of us has a fucking English
that's
degree?
the word.
Is it you or is it me?
No, actually, I have a degree in Middle Eastern Studies, International Politics.
Yeah,
Is that really what it
what'd you
is?
learn how to do there? Wipe your
Apparently.
ass with your hand?
Apparently, that's what I
Wait,
have
hold
a
on, let me get my burn
bachelor's.
in about
Yeah.
you go to the bathroom on your hand. That's how you know the Michael Jackson story is because you went to school to learn how to do that.
I learned
Bitch.
that in school. I learned
Yeah.
that in
I got my degree in fucking not wiping properly.
a class
Bitch.
about Khomeini and the
The Ayatollah?
yeah.
What's Ayatollah mean
political
anyway?
Islam.
You know what? And I know I brought up the jewel feather turban before, but you know what needs to come back? Grand Poobah.
Yeah,
You know,
that's such
if every Muslim was the Grand Poobah,
Is that a
of-
Muslim thing?
Yeah. If
I
every
thought that was like a hip hop thing.
no. If every Muslim was the Grand Poobah of the fucking Tompkins Street Deli,
Yeah.
they all get a bodega that they're the Grand Poobah of, and they wear the jewel feather turban. I don't understand how Islamophobia could still be a problem.
Grand
Yeah.
Poobah's so good.
Because you know what? The only reason Trump won is because his hat was great.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no better hat than the jewel feather turban.
Yeah.
That's you want to fucking make America great again. You put a fucking jewel and a feather on.
You're
I
saying if Hillary started wearing that, she would have won.
no, then it would suck.
Yeah.
As soon as Hillary does anything, it's like, yeah, this isn't really. This kind of sucks now. We used to like it, but now we don't anymore. You know what Hillary's like? The Dr. Seuss book where people have the stars on their chest.
Yeah.
And then those are all the special people, and then the regular people get the stars. Hillary's the people that don't have whatever the fucking
Right.
And that's the moral of that story. That isn't about class, actually. The moral of that story is that some people are just cool, and other people suck dick.
Yeah.
And no matter what they do, they're always going to suck.
Yeah.
So we can thank Dr. Seuss for that lesson.
Yeah. Wait, was he American, Dr. Seuss, or British? What was his deal? He wasn't a doctor.
He cheated on his wife and shit.
I feel like you're asking us, but you know the answer.
I don't know.
This is the kind of shit I would say, and then you'd be like, actually, yeah, he went to Brown, and he graduated in 1945, and it's actually very interesting because there was a book that was written about and
Say you're gay, say you're gay.
and I'm gay.
I think
Boom,
Oh,
dude,
got his
I'm
ass.
fucking-
I think it'd be funny if someone
Burn.
if you see someone with a shirt that says Brown on it or a hat or something, you just go up to them and be like, "Yo, you work for UPS, dog?" Right?
Yeah, that's funny. What can Brown do for you?
Yeah, what can Brown do? Yeah.
That's Kennedy said that, right? That's not
What Brown can-
you can do. Not what you can do for brown people.
What Brown
What
can
brown
do for
people
you?
can do for you.
What
We're
Brown?
gonna go to the moon and start slavery up there.
So
We're gonna bring slavery back on the moon,
he was a.
and I promise you, I will never get shot in the head ever. I dare someone
I
to try to do
swear
it.
to God.
The last
I
thing that I'll
swear.
do is get shot in the head. Just try it, you fucking idiots.
I'm
Just
never.
try to shoot me in my fucking head.
I swear to God, I'm never gonna die. I'm never gonna go to Dallas, Texas.
I
I'm
always
never gonna ride.
only
in a-
reason
I think
Ted
it would be
Kennedy got to live is 'cause he
so
killed
funny
someone.
to open a movie and it's just a sweeping shot of downtown Manhattan, and then just on the bottom of the screen in computer font that makes it
Yeah.
it just says Southie, Brooklyn, Southie, Boston, Brooklyn. And that was how mad people would get.
JFK was a speed junkie, right?
Yeah, speaking of,
everyone did amphetamines back in the day.
Well, they just came out this book that Hitler put the entire Nazi war machine on speed.
Yeah, well, that's where half the drugs came from, is they would chain soldiers to cinder blocks and then inject them with ketamine and shit and make them run in circles.
I don't think ketamine's the right drug for that. Ketamine
PCP.
is like...
No, the PCP, they were trying to create super soldiers.
Oh, yeah.
It's so weird that drugs have like different classification. Like there's maybe 5 types of drugs and they all essentially do the same thing.
Right.
You know? It's weird that there's not drugs out there that don't, like, you know, there's one of them that just turns everyone into Garfield the cat. Like, imagine, that's the future. That's the future of designer drugs, is like VR drugs. Where you take a drug and then everyone is a fucking naked lady that you can have sex with.
Oh, nice. And then it's not gay.
Yeah.
You see, I'm fucking Adam, but it's like I'm fucking vintage Carmen Electra, and I'm not gay.
I'll tell you guys a drug.
What if that'd be cool? What if that's the solution to the issue of people are like, I'm not. He was born a man. I'm gonna call him a man, instead of like making trans people change. We just have brain surgery for everyone else so that they see those people as the correct gender.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's just shallow Hal.
Just
with everyone,
forced.
with trans people.
Yeah, it is Shallow Hal, the greatest movie of all time.
I want to reverse Shallow Hal, man. I want to see how women is fat.
Yeah. I did a drug the other day. Actually, it was a couple years ago that really messed me up worse than any other drug. It wasn't like any other drug I'd ever taken.
What was it, Adam?
It's called love.
And that's going to be the final episode of Cumtown. We're done. We're never going to recover from that.
Listen, folks, you don't think when the love drug hits,
double down on it. Do tags. Do tags on that.
I'm going to save this bit. I'm going to save this bit. Guys, I'm going to save this bit.
Oh, fuck. It's Christmas time, boys.
Yeah, sorry. We did. You know what? I might just. Should we? No. I guess I'll release that other one as the regular episode.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing it as a special bonus, just so guys know how hard we work.
Do a special bonus.
We're not doing a special bonus.
I think special bonus, and then we do another regular episode.
Because this one's already going better than the other one.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think we do 2 bonuses and then
2 bonuses.
Yeah.
Why not?
On,
the people deserve it. Give it to them.
They spend $5 a month.
Yeah,
they deserve. They deserve it.
If they deserve it more than you do.
If they want to pay $5 to listen to the earlier episodes, good for them.
Yeah, it's especially considering that all the older episodes broke and no longer work on the Patreon for some reason. Yeah, I got to fix that. I don't know what the fuck happened. I think it's the SoundCloud links need to be updated or something, but I gotta spend the time to figure that out. I try to be responsive. If you guys have any problems like downloading the episodes, the RSS isn't working, feel free to hit me up. Cumtown at iCloud.com. Please don't hack it. I know iCloud is notoriously easy to hack. There's no nudes on there. There's only millions and millions of dollars.
We should put nudes on there.
Also,
shout out to the Cumtown Podcast Twitter account.
Shut the fuck up. This is a good story. So when I was in high school, there was this kid that me and my friend Brendan knew named Marcus. And Marcus, come on, man. God damn it.
It was like that.
No, you just fucking rolled...
Continue. Marcus. What's up with Marcus?
So Marcus, Marcus had like a website or a fucking web server or something, and he had like an FTP hooked up to it, and he would let people use the FTP. And me and Brendan were using it for whatever reason. We had to like upload something. Oh, I remember what it was. We were we went on to this other kid's computer and uploaded all of his like AOL Instant Messenger chat logs to the FTP so we could read them and laugh at him later while he was like in the bathroom.
He just took this kid's shit.
Oh yeah.
No,
we got every conversation he had for like 4 years, and it's like girls breaking up with him. And it was so funny, dude. Yeah. But so we go on to Marcus's like fucking FTP, and there's like a folder on there, and there's a bunch of pictures of some shirtless guy who's like our age on there. And we're like, Marcus, what the fuck is this? And he's like, oh yeah, I guess he must have. I let that guy use it too. I guess he uploaded those pictures on there. We're like, that's kind of weird that he would do that. And we didn't think about it. And you know, he was just because he was a very like reserved, weird dude.
Right.
He was on like the wrestling team or whatever. And then he started like drinking when he was like 18, and whenever he got drunk, he was like very grabby and shit.
No.
Yeah, it was very funny. But yeah, we put it together later. But now I'm glad I told that story because I remembered. Yeah, we would go through all of Kevin's chat logs, and there were so many. So Kevin was kind of like a fucking laughing stock, anyways. But
wait, Kevin's not the guy who's gay.
No, Kevin's a different guy. Kevin's a different kind of gay. He's like just annoying, and people don't like him. And
the best
Adam
kind.
gay.
Yeah,
like me.
Well, talk for a second.
Yeah,
That's
Kevin,
the kind of gay you are.
Speaking
like
of Kevin,
what about him?
Kevin Finnerty, Sopranos, season 6.
Oh, don't spoil anything. I haven't seen it yet.
Ready. All right.
Yeah.
Back to your story.
Yeah. So we were going through this guy's shit, and I guess he went off to college. He went off to college. Here's a little backstory on this guy. He refused to wear a shirt unless it had a picture of a dragon on it. He would only wear dragon shirts.
Okay.
Up until his sophomore year of college.
Okay, here's my question.
So he made it through an entire year of college and kept that up before.
Okay, time out.
Awesome.
Okay, are we talking East Asian dragon or European dragon?
Both.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
Yeah,
He's into both dragon traditions.
You know, because he had some shirts where it would be like, okay, this is clearly an exception to the rule, where there's just a tiny dragon on it. You know, but
really?
He would only wear. Yeah, this was like some code he lived by. Yeah,
he tried to get by on technicality.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
No, this guy sucked.
It was like a polo, like a little polo horse, but it was a dragon.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you know, so he went away to college or whatever, and then eventually stopped doing the dragon shirt thing. But fucking. So we found this he had like nudes of these girls, and there was one folder with this girl that was just like so fucking unattractive, and I forget what her name. I don't want to like put her because people might find her or whatever.
Don't do
but
that.
the folder name where he kept all of her nudes was like sexy _ and then her name.
Oh no!
And it was like, nah, they're not even like taken well. You know? But yeah, so we were looking through these fucking the chat logs of her breaking up with him.
No,
because I guess he was like extremely wealthy. His parents were fucking low. That's why he hung out.
Oh, is this the kid? Oh, this is the kid who had like the big
hang out with
basement.
Him, he had like a huge basement. And he was fucking like
always had the best games. And shit.
Yeah, video games, and like his parents just were like, fill the basement with beer and fucking weed and shit. So when you're 17, that's amazing.
Absolutely,
that you could just get high and play fucking Halo until 4 o'clock in the morning.
Listen, I'm 29, dude.
Yeah, if we could do that right now, that sounds tight. Let's go back to my place.
No, we need a mom to buy all that stuff for us.
Yeah. No,
and to fuck us.
He like just took his mom's credit card when fucking all like the next gen systems came out and went out and like bought them. My friend was with him, and he's like, yeah, dude. He just comes in. He's like, Mom, you bought me a present. Signed her up for $1,000 worth of to get all the accessories for all the fucking, dude. He was a piece of shit. So he goes.
This dragon guy?
Yeah, the dragon.
This is awesome.
He was the fucking biggest laughing stock, dude.
Where did he go to college?
ASU.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Go fucking devs.
So he goes. He has his chat, and this girl's breaking up with him. And I guess she lived in like Pennsylvania or something. So and they met at school. So he like went up to go like see her for the holidays.
Right. Yeah.
And according to like the breakup text or whatever, she's like, I don't know, you were just weird when you were here. You kept like saying how my family doesn't have any money and how much better your house is.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Which he did at my 12th birthday party or something. He came over and he was going around. He's like, Nick's poor, and I'm like, I'm not poor. Dude. I just don't live in a fucking mansion. He's like, there's only one floor here.
He said that, but that's whatever. Okay, you're 12 and you're a fucking idiot, and it's whatever. But he's 19 and he's dating someone.
Right, yeah. And he's like shit talking her house or whatever. And then she's like, and then there's just other stuff that like you do that bothers me. And it was so funny because I remember Kevin went away to school, and then me and my friend would laugh about how Kevin like developed a quote unquote sense of humor while he was at school. And his sense of humor was just like that fucking like so random kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where occasionally
he would chive.
He would chive. No, it was way worse than that.
Totally random.
He would just be like out of nowhere would go meow, or like chicken, this like weird autistic, stuff where you're like, what are you? Why are you saying that?
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. and or like Epic,
Win
one of those
much?
guys. Yeah.
He loves Cards Against Humanity. He's a guy who
he's not even cool enough for that. Like I really don't think
that
you
is
understand.
not cool.
Because here's the thing, it's like
how is he less
not only is he an out of touch, just like kind of autistic guy.
Right.
He's also like 1%er parents.
Right.
Sheltered, financially. Right. He's out of touch.
Definitely
in that
liked
sense.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Tiger Blood.
Oh, he definitely had Tiger Blood.
It'd be like if Baron Trump was into Dragon Ball Z. That's what this guy is. So
what's he up to now?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen him in like probably 6 or 7 years. So he goes.
ASU is straight up where rich retarded.
Yeah. So, which by the way, he was like last time I checked, like a 7th-year senior there.
Yes.
He just kept failing, and his parents would send him. Yeah, send him
Van
back.
Wilder, who doesn't fuck.
So he goes
number one party school in Arizona.
Yeah. Well, they have this breakup text, and she's fucking saying to him, she's like, I don't know, you just do weird stuff, and he's like what? And she's like, I don't know, like how you just say like meow or chicken sometimes, and he's like, that bothers you.
Oh my
and all exclamation points.
Meow, chicky, meow, meow.
Oh man, that shit was so funny.
God damn,
dude! I fucking I
have so many good stories about that guy. I don't know why he's never. Yeah,
let's run him. What are we doing?
Come up
Kevin, this is the Kevin sode.
Yeah. Well, you have your interjection. I'll come back to it.
I forgot what my interjection was.
Yeah.
Why did you say that?
Kevin sounds like a real character. Oh, I had this friend that went to Maryland, and I saw him after sophomore year, and I was like, "Oh, dude, how's Maryland going?" He's like, "Oh, I have to take some time off." And I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "My roommate ruined my life."
What happened?
So he like went into this long story about his roommate, this guy, Rob, who went by XPR, Extreme Party Rob.
Yes.
And so
first of all, hell yes.
That guy sounds awesome.
So Rob I
got my name from a Nissan.
So he's like, so Jesse's like, okay, so first of all, Maryland people love to riot, dude. So like we riot. We love to find any excuse to riot. So anyway, last year we win the women's NCAA basketball championship, and we're like, fuck yeah, we're gonna fucking riot. And there's a picture on ESPN.com of this enormous fire with like sofas in there and stuff, and some dude doing the double devil horns with the tongue, like doing the pussy eating tongue it,
of course,
jumping over the fire. And he was like, yeah, that was Rob, dude, that was XPR. So basically he just like wake up in the morning, XPR, like they shared a room, XPR would slap him in the face, wake up in the morning and be like, all right, here's a handle of Cuervo, here's a fucking ounce of weed, we're gonna fucking be blackout by noon. Just like ruined his life. And so Jesse had to take a year off of school because he was living with this absolute monster.
One time
Rob, the XPR rules. I want to hang out with this
XPR,
guy.
Dude. Extreme Party
XPR
Rob.
should be fourth mic on the show.
Dude, anyone with party in their name, like when I was opening for Wham City on tour, the first tour we did, we were in Philly, and we just crashed these people's houses, and there was like 6 of us on the tour, so we were like sleeping on floors and shit. And at like 8 or 10 a.m., some guy just wanders in fucked up, just opens the door, knew the people, I guess, and he's like, hey man, it's Party Steve, man, where's the party? And it was like, we're like, wake, it's 8 a.m., dude, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, fucking Party Steve, you guys want to get fucked up, man? And he was some guy who in his 20s was like, he was Party Steve. He knew all the parties in Chicago. He had like a text group, but now he's just like some pathetic old man. And he just wouldn't leave, and he's like, all right, I'll go. We were like, dude, we don't know you. We don't know who the fuck you are.
Dude,
get the fuck out.
My friends had guys like that when I was like a teenager. There would always be like 1 or 2 guys that were like in their 40s. There was this one guy, John, that would hang out, and John was like homeless, I guess. Mm-hmm. Like lived with his parents who were in their like late 70s. And he was like, 45. Yeah. Huge, just disgusting dreads. Gray hair, giant beard.
A white guy?
Yeah, white guy.
Oh, God.
And he was like a relatively nice guy, but it was like, why are you hanging out with us or whatever? And he had these long, shitty homeless guy nails.
No.
And I was like, why do you keep your nails like that? I'm like, don't you like have like the... I can't...
He's like, I play guitar.
Well, I'm like, I would fucking chew my nails off if they were that long. I don't know how you do it. And he goes... he's like, well, I actually, if you work your fingernails under each other, there's like nerve centers, and that's what you're basically getting at when you chew your fingernails off. Is like there's stress relief from hitting those nerve centers. So I just sort of work my fingernails underneath each other, and that sort of relieves it for me. He goes, plus on the streets, it's like 10 knives, so he just adds that part at the end. And he had such a funny way of talking. One time we were all fucked up, and he's sitting there, and he's like, well, the expression suckling babes. You've ever heard that? Suckling babes. I'm like, no, but go on. And he's like, well, the reason people say that is what that dates to. Idiomatically, the suckling babe was in the Roman Colosseum. You know how we go and we have like, hey, beer me, or they got a guy selling peanuts or whatever. In the Roman Colosseum, the statesman would order a suckling babe, which was an orphaned baby. And they would basically hold the baby, like a cheeseburger over their dick and just get their like dick sucked by babies during like, while watching the gladiators and stuff. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what?
Oh my God.
That also doesn't sound real.
It's absolutely not.
Yeah.
First of all, what are you talking about?
A suckling pig is
well, what's the expression, a suckling babe? I don't know. When do you use that expression? It's not like, it was a real suckling babe over at Panera the other day. It's just John going around with this weird pedophilia story in his head. There was this one guy, other old guy, a different guy that used to hang around. I met him one time, and this guy was fucking hilarious, dude. He was probably in his like early 40s again, and he's got this stupid Jägermeister lanyard he's showing off to people. He's like, check this out, dude. Isn't this fucking cool? I got this Jägermeister lanyard. And then he goes, he was like, actually, I fucking won the lottery like 2 years ago. And it's true. He won the lottery.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, this guy won like $300,000 or $400,000 or some shit. He like hit it big in like the Mega Millions or something. I don't know. He like matched enough that he won the lottery. And he's like, so I just buy all kinds of fucking electronics and shit. And he's like, I got this fucking big mixing board. He's like, I don't even know how to use that shit, but I keep it in my truck, dude. He's like, I bought this like $250,000 semi. I just park it. It was like illegally parked on the street because he didn't know how to drive it. He was just living in a semi that he bought.
That's so good.
Yeah. I just love buying electronics.
I love that type of rich. There are a bunch of pro athletes that get into like buying Mack trucks and stuff. Yeah. That's like their thing. It's like buying industrial farm equipment.
This guy didn't even have like a house or anything, right?
No, he was just living in that fucking truck that he bought with all his money.
That is so fucking good.
In college, I knew this guy, Will, who I thought was the biggest fucking retard I've ever met. He was always blackout, he was always like just the guy at the park. He's from North Dakota, so like height of winter in DC, he'd be wearing like a light North Face windbreaker and fucking shorts and Corona flip-flops.
Oh yeah,
with the fucking beer opener on the bottom of the beer.
Hell yeah.
I thought he was retarded. In senior year, I like go up to him, I was like, oh, so Will, what do you do after we graduate? He's like, I'm going to Berkeley. And I was like, UC Berkeley? He's like, yeah, I got into law school there. I didn't study, but I took the LSAT. I got like almost a perfect score. And I was like, what are you really? And he's like, I was like, what's your major? He's like, what have you been studying these last 4 years? He's like, it's like a major I made up that's like, it's like a math and philosophy, like the philosophy of math, basically. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. Anyway,
he's just so much smarter than you.
Freshman year, he had this group text going around where he'd hit people up and be like, it's going the fuck down right now. Like, this is where we're pre-gaming. This is where we're going tonight. And he sends out this text, and he'd send out texts at 3 a.m. to the group text that was like, just like, he's blackout, not making any sense. But one night we all get a text in the middle of the night, like 2:30 a.m. He's like, yo, I'm getting fucked up with the deaf kids down at Gallaudet University. There's a deaf college in DC.
Yeah, Gallaudet, baby.
So he somehow blackout navigated DC to Northeast, got to Gallaudet, and went to their party. He's like, this shit is crazy. They're not playing any music.
Is it just like an elaborate light show?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe lights or something.
That's awesome.
He's like, they're drinking so fucking hard, dude. I just did a shot of Everclear. He's just like sending these long fucking
Did you go?
mass texts. No, I didn't go to the deaf school to go party with Will.
Did he fuck any deaf men or women?
He probably, I don't know. I remember his job. whatever. I'm not saying his last name. His job in college was he was like the body man for the senator from his home state.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He used to like drive him around and stuff like that.
Oh,
and
wow.
You'd either see him in fucking basketball shorts and Corona flip flops, or in like a fucking suit and be like, "Yeah, I'm going down to Capitol Hill. I gotta drive the senator."
So he was just like some rich. His dad had like oil fields.
Apparently, he could have gone pro. He could have gone pro skiing.
Oh my god!
But
pro ski. So he's rich as shit.
Yeah. You have to be a bully. You didn't bully hard enough.
Yeah.
That's how you become a pro skier.
Yeah.
It's like, we're taking the mountain away from the snowboarders. The fucking piece of shit snowboarders.
The hell you are, man.
He's like, over break up.
Me and my Protestant girlfriend are gonna take over. the
No, he
mountain.
wasn't that kind of guy at all. He was a very down to earth, like he was like a dumb dog kind of.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna go home this winter break, shred some gnar. You got like some fresh pow pow on the. I was reading the report. We got some fresh pow pows. Just go home and shred some gnar. And,
I've never skied in my life.
It's kind of fun. I've done it like twice.
It's not fun.
Seems gay.
Snowboarding is hard as shit.
Both of them are
dude.
hard. All
I want a
sports
tube,
are difficult.
baby.
Yeah, tubes are all right.
Have you
Tubes are
surfed?
where you just sit there. No, I'll never surf. I'll
Surfing is
absolutely
amazing.
never surf.
No, what about when we're LA guys? We should all get
First of all,
surfing.
we're not going to be LA guys. We're going to be Tampa guys. We said
That's
that.
right. I forgot.
Tampa is the new Hollywood, baby.
What money?
Everybody knows that
Cumtown
shit,
Studios, dude.
Yeah,
We
we're
should
gonna
open
We're gonna be a
Cumtown
piece of
Studios.
shit, failed Florida comics. That just like there's rumors about how we sexually assaulted some waitresses.
You know who was a Tampa
we
comic?
can prove it.
You know who's a Tampa comic? Dan Whitney.
Yeah.
He was Tampa before he found that character that shot him into stardom.
Yeah, that's not surprising at all. I don't know why I'm supposed to be surprised that Larry the Cable Guy is from Tampa.
He's from Tampa.
He's from Nebraska, but I think he came up in Tampa.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
You see that video of him breaking that guy's arm?
No.
That shit is badass.
And the fucking arm wrestling?
Yeah, somebody challenges Larry the Cable Guy to an arm wrestling match. He's like, get a good grasp on the table there. And then he just snaps the dude's fucking arm in half.
Yeah,
So
he's
Larry the
strong
Cable
as
Guy's
shit.
badass.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's strong as
He's
hell.
cool now. I
Yeah.
used to not like him because I thought he was weak.
Oh yeah, that's the official Cumtown position. Larry the Cable Guy is cool now.
Yep. All right. That's fine.
I gotta take a shit.
I gotta take a shit too. We should all shit at the same time.
I already shit. I shit a nice fat.
Is it time to do a quick break?
Should we? I guess we should take a break. We
How
can.
much time have we been doing?
We've done. I don't know, like 11 minutes since the last break. No, wait, hold on. We've done 30 minutes since the last break.
All right.
The first one. We'll take another break and then we'll come back for another 15, 20.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay, we're back and we had a little bit of a technical hang up. I'm glad I caught it early, but
Yep.
accidentally deleted the last half of this podcast.
Wait, the whole half?
No, just
Oh,
that.
Jesus Christ.
that-
After this break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully that worked out fine. I don't know why that did that, but we're going to start over. And we just had a serious conversation for a minute.
It was actually a really good conversation.
Yeah, it was.
I think.
We were talking about that, the world peace cancellation and all the hubbub surrounding it.
Mm-hmm.
And should we just rehash?
It feels bad to read. I mean, we can try real quick.
Let's try. I mean. Okay.
Basically, what the point we arrived at is it's sort of a shame that all that's happening because they are very funny and that show was an original idea and well executed.
Yes.
And if it hadn't have been for shit outside of the show that happened, it wouldn't have been canceled. It's not the substance of the show itself, I don't think.
Right.
It's all the shit that goes on around it.
Well, it's also like you can blame that show, but it's also like the fucking executives of Adult Swim. If it was just a balanced network, you can have different, whatever.
But
if
it's
they're good
all
shows,
men.
yeah, they got fucked because of that. It's like, well, Adult Swim should be representing more. It's kind of fucking ridiculous that there's no women directors and no show creators on that network, especially when it's like this network where it's like, oh, we're trying weird, we're like doing a bunch of weird shit. It's like, it can't all be fucking white dudes. And this is the one that's like, actually kind of, they're very original, they have their own fucking thing, and they get fucked because of, because the network is just...
Twitter.
Yeah, because, well, it's not Sam's, but the network did come under fire prior to that because of, Lazo's comments
Right.
Yeah.
about how,
Can't women in the writers room,
Yeah,
or whatever,
women in
which
the
is
writers' room
fucked.
are
You can't, that's
yeah,
fucking
right.
ridiculous.
You can't say that. I mean, you can say whatever the fuck you want. You
Yeah,
can
but
hold
you
those
shouldn't
opinions,
if you're fucking
if you're in a
running
position where
network.
you're employing people. Yeah.
Yeah. That shouldn't be
If
your
you're
opinion.
part of a corporate entity.
I just get so frustrated watching or reading reviews of the show or coverage where they're like, wow, this show was extremely racist. And people have like a almost like a moral amnesia where they forget that like there in no way, shape, or form was World Peace more offensive than Mad TV was.
Right, yes.
In no way.
Miss Swan.
Miss Swan.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, every sketch, Miss Swan is so much
that's
more racist.
what I'm saying.
And the fucking Iranian truck driver. Hello.
Yeah.
You fucking kidding me?
The depressed Persian tow truck man.
Yeah,
I love that sketch.
Yeah,
It's a great sketch.
The biggest hits on that show: Miss Swan, offensive stereotype of a Chinese
Stewie,
woman.
the retarded kid.
Stewart, a
Yeah.
retarded kid. Well, the best thing about Miss Swan wasn't they had Bobby Lee on the show. He didn't play Miss Swan. They didn't have an Asian person play Miss Swan. They had a Jewish woman play Miss Swan, and then Bobby Lee played an offensive woman character. He played Connie Chung or a baby sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we're also saying that like
Mad TV is also, I think that was like the genesis of the Miatas are gay joke,
Oh,
which was
really?
featured heavily in $1 Million Extreme Show.
yeah.
They had that gay Miata.
That's an old school joke. That's a joke that I remember from my youth. Yeah.
and I think that came from Mad
Interesting.
TV.
Wow.
Mad TV had a sketch where a black guy gets pulled over, and the cop's like, "Let me see your license." And he's like, "Why? Am I doing something wrong?" He's like, "You got a taillight out." He's like, "No, I don't." And then he's like, "You fit the description." He's like, "What description?" And he starts roughing him up, and the black guy pulls out like a Snickers bar, but it says Sniggers.
Jesus
And it's like,
Christ.
not going anywhere for a while, grab a Sniggers.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's just the end.
Yeah, it's with the
With
one.
an S.
Yeah. And the only way they work that in there is like, oh yeah, but it's about police brutality or whatever.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I mean, if you had those sketches on now, another thing is like those are funny. I don't have a problem with those sketches.
But
you know?
on
But
Fox,
if you did that now,
Yeah.
people would fucking be up.
That's
in
the point.
arms
Is
about
like, could South Park could they get a show right now? Like now they have sort of tenure
it.
at
Yeah.
Comedy Central.
No, they couldn't because they're
but
libertarians.
they're kind of alt-right maybe even.
Nah, they're libertarians.
They're libertarians. Yeah.
But I mean, the way they criticize all the Caitlyn Jenner shit, but also South Park, those guys are much smarter than both
Sam.
Mad TV and $1 Million Extreme.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
But we're also talking about how Tim and Eric like they're like well-respected Adult Swim show, and literally they've like made a lot of money off of exploiting mentally handicapped people.
Or just handicapped, ill, just fucking old people that think they're gonna be famous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny. I don't think that we should censor it or whatever.
Yeah.
But it definitely is exploitive.
it's just difficult. I mean, because I guess my personal approach to comedy has always been that comedy should sort of be nihilistic and
You're an
classic to an extent.
Nick is an aesthete. Like you purely respect the product, right?
Yeah, that's only because I'm a failed comedian. If someone had offered me, $1 million to be in some shitty movie 2 years in, I'm sure I wouldn't give a shit at all.
I would
And
do
I'd be
that
one of those
today.
people. It's because I've been doing comedy for 11 years and I've got nothing to show for it.
Yeah. Well.
It's very
Cumtown.
easy to be a critic when you have nothing to criticize.
Well, that's the advantage of our show is that we're not we're on the fringes, guys.
yeah,
We're underground.
yeah. Well, that's not going to last long. I mean, and that's the thing is like, people point at the, like I had someone say to me yesterday, it's like, oh, well, you're lucky that you fund your own show and stuff. But people could get your shit kicked off iTunes. There's plenty of ways they can fund it,
Right.
if they want to.
It's gonna happen this year.
But
Yeah, it'll probably, if the show gets more popular, I'm sure there's going to be negative attention towards the show.
there's definitely gonna be and that's what I was thinking while I was reading the Hollywood Reporter interview with Sam Hyde, because he was talking about his fans going at the Adult Swim executives, his fans going at Tim Heidecker and shit. It's like, okay, so if there's like a fucking negative Cumtown article, there's definitely gonna be some dudes that listen to the show that are gonna like go nuts at like whoever wrote it,
Yeah.
whichever like hack journalist needs to find their next thing to be mad about. And like what's our response? I guess like just don't say anything.
It is shitty because I guess you do have some kind of responsibility at some point. But I mean, I've had that happen in the past where I would bet when I was doing like the Nicole shit, people will be like, it doesn't matter what you write. You enable people to fucking be shitty by writing this. It's like, no, it's not my fault. Right. If you don't interpret this as satire and you fucking get it wrong and somebody thinks this is, literal, I mean, you could say I'm a shitty writer and then it didn't come off funny, so people didn't get it was satire. Right. But the only thing that should matter is my fucking intent.
That's also the other issues. Is like the concept of being a fan of anything is like you're naturally a psychopath. Like if you're a super fan of anything, like I remember
you can like shit.
Oh, you can like stuff. I really like sports, right? I watch English Premier League soccer. Like I watch a ton of sports every week.
Stop trying to pretend you're not gay.
Yeah, no, like it sounds really gay when I talk about it to someone that's not into it, and I recognize that. It's like Nick. It's like how we were talking. Nick and I watched the I think maybe the last fucking shit. Nah, my memory is going now. Fucking what's his name? Redhead.
Carrot Top.
Not Carrot Top. Bill Burr. We watched the last Bill Burr special.
Danny Bonaducci.
Bill Burr is like one of the biggest comics in America, and like his great comic, very funny. His whole joke structure is he'll say like, nah, but seriously, if my son's gay, I hope he dies, and then he goes into a funny bit about that. Yeah. But like the goons in the audience, he says the premise that's supposed to be offensive and is actually wrong. They'll start going, woo, woo, woo,
well,
before the actual bit comes in.
There's an old Artie Lang clip where he's doing this bit about saying the N-word while playing basketball. And the setup for the bit is like, I'm playing basketball with these black guys, and they're like, yo, nigga, pass me the ball, nigga. And he says like nigga like a million times in the bit. And then they cut to the audience and there's literally a guy in a wife beater that's like he like holds his girlfriend closer, and it's like that guy's just cheering for the N-word. But
100%. Stanhope is a national treasure. I think he is a fucking incredible. He's one of the top 5 probably comedians in the world. But his fans
beyond the world, it's like in terms of who really makes you feel okay calling stand-up comedy art, he's one of like the 4 people.
I think so.
Ever.
Sure. Yes. Yeah. But his fans, I mean, like those people are just like libertarian pieces of shit. I mean, they're just annoying, And that's just like the thing that sort of, I don't know, makes me.
Well, there's shit that the fans of things ruin some things. It's like
no, I
don't even think it's. They're not even, and a lot of that's through the lens of the internet and how that fucking distorts people's personalities. Because I won't even go as far as to say fans are shitty. I think it's like somebody like shits on something online, you're like, fuck you suck. But what that translates to online, you're not. There's no emotion a lot of the times in tweeting at somebody like, you're a fucking idiot. This is stupid.
Yeah, you're ugly.
And then they're like, I need to call the police. And they interpret it as harassment. And that's why I got bothered with like. Everyone's saying that Sam sent his fans after that journalist or whatever.
Who, the BuzzFeed guy?
The BuzzFeed guy. And here's what happened. The BuzzFeed guy contacted Sam to write an extremely critical one-sided article about his show. And Sam recorded the conversation and made him look like a fucking idiot.
Right.
And uploaded it.
He was so funny.
And uploaded it.
I didn't see that.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
He's like, you will never write
you're
for the
never
going to
work for the New York Times. He's like, you're a fucking
He's like,
hack.
you work at BuzzFeed. He was being so mean to
He was being mean to him. But it's like, you fucking, if you're going to, you dig 2 graves, that's like the lesson there. And everyone's saying, Sam sent his fans to harass this guy. It's like, no, that guy set out to write an article to get people to by your own definition, harass fucking, the fans of the show. You want to write a critical, article about this show, which you've decided is an alt-right show before you even went into it.
Right.
And
did the guy not watch any of the show?
He might have. I don't know.
I thought the guy that did the Hollywood Reporter.
That was a very fair interview.
Yeah, I think he was really fair to him.
But the Tim Heidecker thing, where Tim uploaded this video of Sam, calling him, that's exactly what Sam did, to the other guy.
Well, he didn't upload it. It was like a Facebook Live event where Sam called him. So he was like broadcasting already. Yeah, I mean, he didn't plan on Sam calling in. He didn't like, try to expose or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the definition of sending people to harass so-and-so is pretty loose, and it's dependent on what the situation is and, whose politics you're talking about. because it's harassment if it's fucking Sam doing it. And
well, that gets to the larger
raising awareness.
That gets to the larger point, which is I think that people are just becoming pussies now, and like it's that article Amber wrote. Like our friend Amber Frost has been on the podcast, wrote a really good article, which you guys should all read, about how the left is losing vulgarity as a political weapon, and I
love being vulgar.
Yeah, I mean, like we can make fun of Lenny Bruce now because it's dated and sounds weird, but like that used to be a thing that existed on the left, and it's now the Pepe frogs are the vulgar guys. And on the,
it does suck that you can't be liberal and just fuck shit up.
Well, you know what? That's the shitty thing is because I don't care. I really don't care. I mean, in terms of the way I vote, I give a shit about a $15 minimum, and I think everybody should have health care. And you shouldn't be racist to people. You shouldn't fucking discriminate against them. But you can say whatever the fuck you want. I also don't think it's like unnatural for somebody to hold prejudices. We had to like get to this point where we understand you shouldn't be, racist or whatever.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah. It's a real advanced signifier of society.
Yeah. It's, and I think people are like, oh, he's racist, as if, that's like a static mode. That if you are a racist, that's something inherent to your personality. And it's not like, no, a black guy just cut him off in traffic and he's racist for that 20 minutes. It's a thing you can do is racist. Yeah. Just like you can be angry or be shitty in one relationship but not another.
Or a goddamn Korean cuckolded him.
Right, yeah. That's what happened to Adam. If you guys don't know the canon of the show.
Adam got cucked by multiple Koreans, I think.
Yeah, fucking Kim Jong bitch.
I guess it's what my point is that it sucks that you can't, the common ground can't just be humor anymore.
Well, the problem is
very rarely are you going to be able to be friends with somebody based on always think the same things are funny.
Do you think All in the Family could be made today?
No, absolutely not. And All in the Family is like one of the most instructive.
Why have we regressed? I really feel like
it's fucking weird, dude.
It's weird. Isn't that not how society is supposed to work?
I don't think we've regressed. It's just that's I mean, do you reach an apex in terms of like cultural integration and ways to deal with problems in society based on like race and class or whatever, through humor and art. And then after that, I mean, the ground's been broken, the jokes have been made, the art's been created. And you say, okay, well, how do we address these problems for real? And they look around and it's like, oh, some of these are really fucking hard to fix. Let's blame things like comedy instead of understanding that, the justice system is completely fucked. We really need to overhaul it. It's not happening. Yeah. It hasn't happened for the last 40 years. So let's pick apart the things we can. Like TV shows. Because there's underlying causes of racism that literally zero progress has been fucking made.
Yeah, there are 3 million.
And if anything, we have regressed because it's like at least in the fucking 60s and 70s, it was in your face. There was no denying racism. Now there's all this now we're in the era of like reverse racism bullshit and all these other counter narratives. There's been enough time where there's enough stuff that sort of seems like we've made some progress, and there's enough stuff for like white people to get mad about. So we actually in some ways have regressed, because it's like we're not coming right off of civil rights where you had to have an honest conversation. Mm-hmm. Now we've got how much distance between it.
As somebody that's not particularly politically active or interested or whatever, and I haven't been, and it would be bullshit to say that I even really picked up all that much throughout the election.
Right.
Like the primaries in the election has been real, I guess edifying, or at least it helped clarify the problems I've had over the last couple of years in regards to what about not identity politics at large, but at least it's the way I consume it through links that are shared on Facebook. Right. What about it fucking bothers me? And it is because there's a lot of the times it does feel like bullshit, and it feels
it was used for marketing.
That's the problem when it's this commodified thing. Because I remember I would get into arguments with people specifically
Oreos
about
with
Dove
the rainbow,
ad, or like during the Golden Globes 2 years ago, Microsoft held these ads about how Microsoft, we respect women.
Right.
It's like, how? What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
Respect women.
Yeah.
You make computers. Why do you even need to say that? It's a fucking corporation. I don't get it. And but then you really have to think about those things and analyze those feelings, and it's like, well, maybe I am a little bit, prejudiced or whatever. Maybe I
for sure.
And you could find ways to justify it and say, you know, like, okay, well, there are things that happen to men that are unfair or whatever. And it's like, yeah, that's true. But like, that doesn't mean you have to reject these ideas completely.
Absolutely.
It's hard to do that. It's fucking really hard.
About the identity politics shit that really bothers me the most is that the way it's employed is it actively ends conversations. Right? Conversation. When in reality, if we can get past like words and shit like that, we could have really serious conversations that like we need to have.
That's why we all need to be hooked up to PlayStation VR.
Exactly.
We're all 6'7" black men that have magical powers. That way you don't have to worry about any of this shit. We're all elf class, 10th prestige, black elves, black mages. And we all get to use whatever words we want, no matter how many syllables they have.
Oh, fuck. Wow, the Cocaine Cowboys really ending things here with some serious chat.
I don't know. I guess we should address it because there's a lot of people that listen to the podcast that are probably, you know, racist or whatever.
Right.
Which, you know, if you are...
And you think we're funny... Stop being racist, but thanks for listening to our podcast.
I mean, you probably shouldn't be racist, but I'm not going to tell you what the fuck to do.
Yeah, stop being racist.
I mean, yeah, that's my stance. I'm anti being racist.
I mean, I do think it's funny when you guys.
That's the thing. That's like I don't want to say just don't be racist because people are going to go, oh no, I'll continue to be racist or I'm not racist. Like, and that's what you mean. What you were saying before, it shuts down conversation.
Right.
You can't just say it's bad to be racist. A lot of people know that and they don't think they're racist.
Right.
So how do you have a conversation with somebody without coming off like a smug, condescending piece of shit and explain to them like because a lot of the time.
Well, that was the really incredible thing.
That's the thing about living in New York or any kind of like, like cosmopolitan or
multicultural city.
Yeah, you like don't have. You have enough interactions with people where you don't really have that built in anymore.
Right.
Where you're exposed to enough different people that you don't even have time to really stereotype.
Totally, dude. I fucking saw a Ukrainian day laborer wait in line for a fucking Japanese crepe place to open, and I was so happy. I was like, this guy would have never seen his fucking people eat fucking mud stew, and he's in New York, and he's just like talking with these Japanese people, not being racist.
Well, that was the thing that I thought was really incredible about the Sam Hyde Hollywood Reporter interview, which was that the guy giving the interview was like, listen, I watched World Peace. I thought some of the sketches were funny. I thought some of them were kind of beautiful. Like the one where the guy hangs himself. And he's like, listen, I'm gay and I'm Jewish, which is the same thing. But I'm gay and I'm Jewish. And like, I saw a video of you at a Williamsburg open mic, like saying anti-gay propaganda. And I guess you thought that was funny, but it was really hurtful for me to see that. And Sam actually said in it, he's like, listen, it was an idea I had. I wanted to piss off hipsters that live in Brooklyn, but like I'm sorry, dude. Like, I feel really bad. Like that conversation was exactly what needs to be happening. Instead of dismissing Sam Hyde, canceling a show, have him fucking talk to a gay guy that's like, I watched your shit. I think there's something there, but like, also it's really hurtful for me to hear you do that.
And it's hard though too, because it's like you have to fucking.
And Sam Hyde apologized.
As an idea, I get what he's going for of the like, just be being offensive to just to fuck with these people who are detestable in a certain way. And it's like, that's the hard thing about comedy is like, you have to fucking do something that might be offensive to just realize, oh, that's fucked. I shouldn't do it. You know what I mean?
Daddy's money liberal Williamsburg people are annoying as shit, and you wanted to troll them.
Right.
And I get like what the bit was.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like,
don't
maybe
dehumanize.
Maybe conceptually it was funny, but like he tried it and maybe it wasn't,
Yeah, but the video exists, and that's the problem.
The video
with
exists.
Yeah. And recording everything, it's like, if videos exist of you trying and failing shit, that sucks. You should just be able to fuck around and like, because he tried, and that goes into his whole, his shit, and now that's MD, that's their show. I think that's what I agree with too. I think I probably liked it a little less than you guys did. There were some things that kind of whatever, but I thought it was fucking
the
funny.
Anti-fat stuff that bothered you?
I thought that was really fucked up, and some people have really hard times with like sweets and delicious fatty meats, and what are you supposed to not eat? A whole bag?
Yeah. Well, I guess this is just really to allay the upcoming complaints about Cumtown.
2017, dude, backlash. I can't wait.
We have to deal with the backlash, and we just lawyer up and get Adam, our lawyer Adam.
Adam, we're gonna use if we get to 10, we're gonna put you through law school. With 10 G's, Adam goes to law school.
Let me tell you something. My parents would become the biggest Cumtown fans in the world. Got my ass in law school.
Do we know any lawyers?
Yeah, I know lawyers.
I know plenty of lawyers.
I know mad lawyers.
Yeah.
I know a guy in
We're
Baltimore.
good. We actually we're fine.
If we're fine, and I'm kind of half excited for the backlash.
Hey, whoa.
Well, I mean, Chapo got backlash.
Yeah, but
they dealt with it really well.
Yeah.
Because
they
didn't say anything on Twitter. They say completely silent.
You know because
that's a loss. That's an L.
You know who's the absolute best at all of this? Ari Shaffir. Ari Shaffir, hands down, is the fucking best with dealing with any kind of controversy.
Yeah.
Because he got shit 2 years ago. Somebody found all his old amazing racist videos.
Yeah.
And they were calling clubs trying to get him canceled or whatever. Ari's like, yo, you just don't say anything. You just don't say anything.
You say nothing.
You say nothing. Yeah. And fucking, and then the special came out where he used that girl's name.
Which was tough.
Yeah. But, I understand, and I've tried explaining it to people, like, if we were doing, I would do that. I would do that in the context of like a small show or something. It's funny to be like, well, this person, you know what it is? It's the Simpsons joke where they're like, one student who will remain anonymous, so we'll just call her Lisa S. Yeah. I guess that's too obvious. So let's call her L. Simpson. That's like the joke in saying her name. So I understand the motivation. It's funny, but they were like up in arms about that. And Ari's like, yeah, just don't say anything at all. And he was fine.
Yeah.
It worked out fine. But, if it's a podcast, you have to address the shit going on. So hopefully this last segment wasn't just dumb
I think
rambling.
It was good. I think it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed about this one.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I think we did all right.
We did good, boys.
All right.
I think we're good boys.
We're going to wrap this one up. This will be the premium episode, and then we're going to debate whether or not we should release the one from earlier today as an additional premium.
I think additional premium.
Additional premium would be fine because I want to get
for the holidays.
I want to have that Pizzagate story on there.
Right.
Which is such a great story.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. That'll be the bonus.
Maybe
one.
just the anyway. We'll talk about it.
We'll do a regular episode.
We'll do a regular one.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.